Hello everyone and welcome. With thousands of years of continuous history, China is one of the oldest civilizations. I've always had a fascination with Chinese culture, and in this speech I'm going to be outlining a few facts about China, a few cultural aspects of China, and a few behavioral patterns, communicative behavioral patterns common in China. Geographically, China is located in the eastern portion of the Asian continent. While its landmass is slightly smaller than that of the United States, its population is 4 times larger. According to the CIA World Factbook, the Chinese population is currently at 1,355,000,000 and some change odd people. In comparison, the United States population is approximately 319 million people. China is currently the most populated country on the planet. Currently, China is in a period of economic growth. Their economy is second behind the United States. However, they outproduce us both industrially and agriculturally. This is because the United States services are valued higher than that of Chinese services. But as far as raw production goes, China far outstrips the United States. They are the leading export in the world today. They export everything from shoes to technology products to automobiles. And however, China has several major problems. Environmentally, they struggle with air pollution, soil erosion, and a lowering water table, especially in the northern parts of the country. The air pollution becomes so thick on some days that entire cities have to shut down. You can't drive anywhere, no planes come in. The air pollution is so thick that you literally cannot see your hand in front of your face. A face mask is a common accessory both to protect against pollution and to avoid getting other people sick. Politically, the Communist Party has a firm control of the country and the people. While civil liberties have been increasing in recent years, they are still very limited. For example, all TV and media broadcasts are owned by the Communist Party and its related government agencies. Linguistically, the majority of China speaks Standard Chinese or Mandarin. However, there are 56 recognized ethnic groups in China. Regional dialects are just that, regional. Culturally, China has had a massive impact upon the world. Many early inventions are credited to China, including the 4 great inventions: paper, printing, gunpowder, and the compass. They've influenced engineering, music theory, craftsmanship, naval architecture, warfare, among a variety of other fields. Their impact is unparalleled. There are many extremely beautiful and scenic places to visit in China, but the most common are Shanghai, the largest city in China, Beijing, the capital for over 700 years and home to the Forbidden Palace, and Xi'an, which is the original capital of China and home to the world-famous terracotta warriors. Culinary traditions in China date back for many thousands of years. Chopsticks were invented there, as well as rice was not invented there per se, but it has been a staple crop of their cuisine for quite some time. American Chinese food is a pale imitation of true Chinese cuisine. To many Chinese people I've spoken to have said that Americans use far too much oil when they're trying to replicate Chinese cuisine. According to Culturalgram Online's website page entitled China, under the lifestyle section, family is a critical portion of Chinese life. It's more important than the individual. This collectivist attitude can be traced back to Confucianism, China's ethnic and philosophical system. It's not quite a religion, but it can be called a religion. Its teachings place a great deal of importance on elders and ancestors. If the grandfather of the family is still alive, he is the head of the family and makes the patriarch and makes all the important decisions. However, if the grandfather is dead, the grandmother is expected to be consulted upon when important decisions such as marriages or direction of the family business are expected to be taken. While traditional gender roles are traditional in China, they have been changing in recent years with the Western influence and the economic growth. This collectivist orientation is very visible in greetings and introductions. A Chinese name, the family name, comes first, and then the given name. When greeting someone, a polite nod or slight bow is usually customary. A common greeting between acquainted individuals is, "Have you eaten yet?" To which the appropriate answer is to respond affirmatively, even if one has not eaten yet. Generally speaking, the Chinese are a punctual, monochronistic society. Being more than a few minutes late is considered very rude. Additionally, the Chinese do not use their hands when they're speaking and become annoyed when people do so. Physical touch is not acceptable between strangers. A respectable distance is considered appropriate. Increased volume when speaking is associated with anger and is very frowned upon. To beckon someone over, instead of using the American way like this, they use all four fingers and have a palm down motion like this. To point, instead of using a single finger, they use their entire hand. Spitting in public is actually a finable offense. However, in the more rural areas of the country, it is accepted as a necessary evil. This is due to the large amounts of air pollution, which cause a great deal of phlegm to build up in a person's lungs, and rather than swallowing it, people spit it out. Finally, the Chinese prefer indirect communication rather than direct communication. Direct communication is often seen as rude. While it does get the point across, they prefer more diplomatic approaches. Overall, China is a world superpower that continues to grow, but is plagued by numerous problems that, unless addressed, could lead to their eventual downfall. A strong collectivist tradition dates back for several thousand years and is evidenced in every facet of their life, from politics to an individual household to the workplace. I want to thank you all for listening, and hope you learned a few things about China.